Thank you. Thank you.
Ambassador, tens of thousands of people have now fled the region, and according to our interviews, they're hungry, they're traumatized, some with just the clothes on their back, even a newborn baby, just 2 weeks old, one of the many fleeing with their family. How would you describe what's unfolding?
So what is happening? It's a very well organized, first of all, very well planned, organized, and executed ethnic cleansing against peaceful people of Nagorno-Karabakh. And at this moment, already 78,000 people crossed the border. And of course, it's a big humanitarian crisis for Armenia as well, because a small country with small resources, it's a very big crisis. And we expect more and more. And after this invasion, after Azerbaijani military attack on September 19, Armenian people, people of Nagorno-Karabakh, they cannot imagine how they are going to live in their ancestral homeland because of these attacks, because of these violations, mass violations, and no one guaranteed their rights and securities under any mechanism. Before we were talking about international mechanism, under any mechanism to live and continue build their homeland. So they are, all of them, they are forced to leave their ancestral land, and they are refugees now in Armenia. So to me, as a lawyer, it's a violation, it's a crime against humanity, and it's clearly well orchestrated, ethnic cleansing committed by the leadership of Azerbaijan.
Ambassador, the government of the self-declared Republic of Nagorno-Karabakh has been forced to dissolve parliament, and the president of the region says it will cease to exist from next year. What does that mean for
Well,
those that don't flee, for those that stay behind?
well, you know what? In what condition is the president of the Nagorno-Karabakh scientist this document? In what condition he is? In what condition they are? So we are talking about people who became hostages of this military attack without any protection, without any right, without any guarantees. As already we have illegally detained people from Hakkari Bridge, and the Republic of Armenia applied to the European Court of Human Rights to secure their right to life and to protect them from tortures. But this is happening, and there are more information coming that they have lists of about a couple of hundreds people to detain and bring them to Baku prisons. Until now, we have POWs in Azerbaijan, in Azerbaijani prisons, also civilians in Azerbaijani prisons who were kept with violation of this trilateral statement, which was signed in November 2020.
And just to be clear, Nagorno-Karabakh has been home to Armenians for centuries, but internationally it's recognized as being part of Azerbaijan. The foreign policy advisor to Azerbaijan's president spoke in Brussels on Tuesday, and he had this to say.
Azerbaijan doesn't have any military goals and objectives on the sovereign territory of the Republic of Armenia. That's not completely out of Azerbaijan's agenda. Azerbaijan is only ensuring its sovereignty and territorial integrity, and also recent counter-terrorism actions on the ground were very limited and local by nature, and it was a very short period of time that has been engaged.
So he speaks very fastly, but basically he was saying that Azerbaijan doesn't have any military objectives. This battle to retake the region, though, has claimed the lives of at least 200 people, hundreds more injured, tens of thousands have fled that are now displaced. What is Azerbaijan's objective, as you understand it?
So Azerbaijan objectives is depopulation of the Nagorno-Karabakh. So we were talking during negotiations, about people. All our, questions that we were raising are about people. They were concentrated on lands. So they need lands without people, because for them, the people became a problem. Because these people arguing and fighting for their rights, for their freedoms. And it's not now. I mean, it's already more than 30 years if we look at collapse of the Soviet Union. So what is happening there? So after the self-declaration of independence, they started to build their statute, and they built institutions, state institutions. And then about terrorists, that they're talking about terrorists. There are no terrorists. So they built institutions, and Azerbaijan attacks to these institutions. They use military against these institutions. Doesn't matter civilian, doesn't matter military, but these attacks were against institutions that these people were building. So of course, nobody recognized the independence of the Nagorno-Karabakh. But Nagorno-Karabakh always had autonomy, always had self-government and self-governance. So what will happen after this? So they just were arguing that you must dissolve everything, and we are not going to guarantee any rights and securities under international mechanism. That means that these people must leave the territory. Otherwise, we already know what is going to happen with them. As you said, hundreds were killed, wounded.
Yeah.
People are in Baku prisons tortured.
Yeah, we'll have to leave it there for now, but we do appreciate your time. Ambassador Edmon Marukyan of Armenia, thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thanks.